So we've got a job not too far from the house at a nameless school. This is a track and field track, and we're going to soil cement the track. And what I did was I set up the robotic total station over an unknown point, shot a backside over there by that water tank on the other side of that pile, and then I shot my base pole over there by the black pickup, a control point there, one over there in the batting cage, and one over there, about as far as I could see, enveloping the job. And then I took and set up the base, and I shot that as control. And then I took the total station, and about every 12 feet on the curb inside and out, I shot it all the way around and drew a surface, which I'll show you later. And that gave me something to grade off of that I could dial down, and it would be within a hundredth or two, depending on blade wear and how fast you went, of subgrade for the asphalt. And it's 4 loads of cement, which is really hard to get right now. Customers telling me that I've got to do something. I'm not sure what that something is, but anyway, I mean, if I can't get it, nobody else can get it. I'm not sure what they expect me to do. It just is what it is. Anyway, we're just doing the best we can. But I kind of balanced it out yesterday, and we'll start treating it here in a little bit. So one thing about pneumatics and moving dry bulk. So you got to make sure that your fittings are clean. You got to put oil on them, and you don't want to beat on these with a hammer. They'll break, and then you ain't got but one. Anyway, so if everybody has a wire brush, it's good to keep it on there. The other couple trailers got some broken tabs on them, and so apparently nobody broke them. Vandals snuck in the middle of the night, opened up this hatch right here, pull these hoses out and break the ends off them, and then stuff them back in there. Anyway, so it'll get to vibrating if you only got one lock on it, and it popped off, and it flies around here like a king cobra spitting cement powder instead of venom. And anyway, my cat rep was out here, and we were talking about getting another compressor, and that hose come off, and he was parked right there, and I bet you 50 pounds of powder went inside his truck. And whatever that 50 pounds that didn't go in his truck was on him. We had to take this here and well, it must be dead. Anyway, blow him off with that and let him use some hand wipes and stuff. And anyway, it was I don't know how he got it and I didn't. I was closer than he was, but whatever. I felt bad for him for sure. Told him to get him some vinegar on the way home because he was going to need it. Oh, so the track out here, we got 3 loads out. We're going to put the 4th one out and then start mixing. I like, on something like this, if it's small enough and I can do it all in a day, I like to put all the powder out, mix it all at once so you don't have no transition lines or anything like that. Everything gets mixed well. And then go right behind it and pad foot it and grade it and get it where it needs to be. But anyway, I got new filter tubes coming. I just got the email. They were on back order, so that's why it's been so dusty, because I couldn't get my filter tubes from my truck. But anyway, it is what it is. So this is why it's hard to get people to work in this business, because it's kind of nasty and messy, and you end up with cement on you. And you also have vandals come in the middle of the night and break your locks on your cam lock fittings. It's a real problem. Well, the grades were pretty consistent when I made my surface. The guys that did the concrete work were pretty good. You can see here, 99, 95 hundredths, 97 hundredths, 96, 97. I mean, it's within a tell it's a good surface because the contour lines are fairly straight. The triangles look good. So if you got something decent to work with, you can make something out of it. So that's one thing about soil cement. You roll in fast and you leave fast. As soon as you're done with the equipment, when the spreader truck gets empty, you load it on the lowboy and you carry it to the next job. When the reclaimer's done, when the pad foot's done, when they all, oh, there goes the tested man. As the parts and pieces get done, you roll them on out. I mean, you spend more time moving than you do actually doing the work a lot of times. But we're balancing it out and moving some material around, and they're gonna go drop that stuff off and come back and get the dozer. I guess I didn't end up using it at all today, but you'd like to have it here just in case. They'll probably get that and get the Mini X. And the grader's got to go back to near Charleston Thursday. But I've about got this done. And I think it's going to set up good. It ended up at 43. When I did the math, it ended up, for what I had for cement, it ended up at like 43 point some pounds per square yard. And had to add a lot of water to it. It dried out a lot. But anyway, it is what it is. Well, it's done. Grader's loaded. Dozer's loaded. And soil cement's shining like it does when it's setting up. It starts getting hard after a few hours. Wet it down one more time, and I don't know why Charlie puts that out. So we're back out here at the track this morning. We hit a water line yesterday, and they were pretty good about marking out anywhere that they thought that something might be that we might hit. And they put paint across here, and then we put flags so that we could see where it was, and we could pick up with the reclaimer and go around it. But they got an irrigation line here that they missed by a couple of feet, because there's their mark. And if I look at this ground where the water come out, I'm going to say that that pipe is in here somewhere, and that's going to be about, I'm going to say at a minimum 2 foot outside of their flag, and at a maximum about 7. But anyway, so they're a little irate when they called me this morning. Not too bad, but a little bit shitty. And so you can tell we picked up here. We didn't treat this. This is soft, and this over here is hard. But I told him, I said, my Mini's over there, and I mean, we'll fix it. And he's like, well, he said, I'll have my irrigation guy come over there because there's some wires in it. And he said, will you at least leave your Mini there? I said, yes, I sure will. I'll leave it there. Y'all can use it. And I said, if you'll call me, I said, I'll come back here and help you. It won't cost a dime. I mean, I'm not that guy. I'd love to say that we ain't never made a mistake, but I can't do that. I mean, because it's not the truth. But like I said, it come across right there, come out of somewhere over here, and I mean, they just missed it a little bit. It's just what happened. In fact, I can see a little bit of irrigation plastic right there. And I told him I said, I think we're going to have a leak on the other side, because I saw some when I was grading yesterday. But, oh boy. Soil cement, boy, it gets hard. Anyway, there's a little piece of pipe right there. Soil cement. That's some hard crap. Anyway, it's in there, and I'll help them fix it, and we'll move on down the road. And again, I won't charge him anything. I mean, this is, I mean, grace. I mean, you got to work with people. I mean, you want the man to call you back. So, anyway. And again, I mean, you know, what do you, they mark it out. I mean, you're supposed to go 5 foot outside before you drop back down. I mean, anyway, it is what it is. Whether it was in the flags or, and it was our fault or their fault, I mean, I'm gonna fix it either way. I mean, it's just what you should do. Anyway, so this one is done, and other than fixing that, and we're moving on to the next one if we can get some cement powder.